These are some of the essential guidelines that all wealthy and successful individuals followed to build their empires, as well as suggestions on how you might choose these guidelines in your own life. The poor quality of the execution comes in front. The majority of folks never even go beyond the planning stage. They become enthused about an idea and immediately begin researching, reading, and making plans regarding the various ways in which they can make it come to fruition. They keep reading, studying, and making plans until they reach a point where they are unable to continue because they are too overwhelmed by all of the possibilities and all of the information that they have taken in. Yet, in the end, their plan is never put into action. But have you ever observed that the majority of successful individuals act immediately, sometimes before they are even fully prepared? Those who have achieved a great level of success may teach us valuable lessons, one of which is that it is often more beneficial to get started, make errors, and then adjust the plan than it is to have a flawless strategy. If Steve Jobs had chosen to wait until the iPhone was flawless before releasing it to the public, then there would be no iPhones in existence today. They started by developing the original iPhone, after which they evaluated its success and considered how it might be improved. After that, they developed the iPhone 3G, followed by the iPhone 4, then the iPhone 5, and so on. When we begin anything new, whether it's a project, a company, or simply a habit, the experiences that we wind up experiencing are almost always quite different from what we had anticipated they would be. It is more efficient to get started, make errors, rectify them, and adapt your strategy along the way than to become trapped in the planning process. Because our ideal plan ends up being thrown out the window anyhow, it is better to get started. According to an old proverb, perfection is paralysis. As you begin working on your project, you will get genuine feedback that you can include into the process to fine-tune it and make it more effective. Anything that can't be achieved by just sitting still and making plans. The learning and planning stages are often used as a strategy to postpone the execution of a plan by many individuals. In a sense, preparing too much is providing an excuse not to get started. The longer it takes us to carry out the plan, the more time we have to consider the many ways in which it may fail. This results in insecurity inside our own brains, which then leads to the perfection trap being created. Hence, in order to combat this and avoid falling into the trap of striving for perfection, there are a few things that we may do. One is completely dedicated to the accomplishment of your goal. This indicates that you won't be open to the idea of any alternative end. Instead, you'll be tied only to the result you want, rather than the path that leads to it. A common error that a lot of individuals make is that they let themselves get more tied to the plan than the result, even when the plan isn't working. Be adamant about reaching your target, not the route you took to get there. When you keep your attention on the goal rather than on the map, it is much simpler to abandon the map if it's not producing the desired results and try something different. 2. Limit your education to the bare minimum requirements to get started. If you are going into business for yourself and there will be no other employees, you do not need to educate yourself on how to foster a healthy work environment or get familiar with various corporate tax structures. You need to learn two things in order to get started. The first of which is how to market your goods, and the second is how to fulfill your customers' orders. As soon as you have an understanding of how to begin, you should begin. And third, educate yourself and be open to change. As your company or project becomes more established, you will start soliciting feedback and implementing it into your workflow to make it more efficient. According to something that was remarked by Rainey Hoffman, if you aren't humiliated by the initial version of your product, you release it too. You research and educate yourself on the next item you need while simultaneously expanding your company on your project. The fourth step is to advertise. One interesting difference between wealthy people and other people is that wealthy people take pride in selling and promoting themselves as well as their visions, whereas most people have negative feelings about promoting themselves in sales. This is one of the interesting differences between wealthy people and other people. Think about the possibility of having something spectacular that can transform the world and the lives of other people. Whether it's a revolutionary product, an innovative technology, music, art, your sense of humor, a talent, or an experience that you have that can be of benefit to other people. We each have abilities, experiences, and ideas that are one of a kind, and they have the potential to improve the lives of other people. Yet, the individuals who truly make an effect are the ones who advertise themselves, their ideas, and their goods. The fifth point is that wealthy people make judgments swiftly but modify those decisions slowly. Most people have a tendency to make decisions slowly and change them quickly. To put it in another way, the majority of people are indecisive and uncertain about their decisions, which makes it difficult to stick to one decision for the long term. This is a major difference between highly successful people and the average person. Those who are wealthy and successful have a propensity to make judgments hastily, with absolute conviction, and then fully commit to them. Many individuals have several ideas of what they may possibly accomplish, whether it's a side hustle, a company, or even a personal project. But they can't pick which one to start first, which causes them to squander valuable time merely making up their minds about which one to do first. And when they do decide to get started on the project, they rapidly get disheartened and end up changing their minds about doing it. High achievers, on the other hand, swiftly choose an alternative that either seems natural to them or presents the least amount of opposition, and they remain committed to that choice until it either works as intended or fails, at which point they are forced to alter their strategy. The sixth piece of advice is to never apologize for having the ambition to become wealthy. The vast majority of us have been socialized to feel uneasy when discussing wealth or thinking about being wealthy, although in point of fact, there is nothing inherently inappropriate about either aspiration. In any case, the majority of individuals spend their whole lives working for money. Rich people don't feel the need to apologize for wanting to be wealthy and successful. They are aware of what they want and are willing to put in the effort to acquire it. Take care of yourself first, since this is priority 7. There is one thing that all wealthy and successful individuals have in common, and that is the fact that their financial success is a byproduct of who they are. If you don't take care of the goose, you won't have any golden eggs to collect, as in the fable about the goose that lay the golden eggs. If you don't take care of yourself, it could be tough to build a genuinely great life for yourself, and because you are the source of your own success, you should take care of yourself. The majority of successful individuals make an effort to pay attention to 3 fundamental aspects of their lives. The first is their actual growth. Everyone should make time to prioritize their health and physical fitness. If you are not healthy, you will not be as effective as you would be if you were healthy, fit, and full of energy. Moreover, even if you create tremendous results and success, what is the use of great success and fortune if you are not healthy enough to appreciate it? Personal development comes in at number 2. If you pay attention, you'll see that the majority of wealthy and successful individuals spend some of their time working to improve themselves in a variety of aspects of their life. They are always expanding their knowledge and acquiring new abilities that will serve them well in both their professional and personal lives. They are always striving to become better people because they are well aware that there is always some aspect of their lives in which they might improve. And last, number 3, the development of their emotional maturity. High achievers are also humans, which means they have feelings, securities, and emotions. This is something that is seldom discussed, yet high performers do have these things. They are all aware of the need of cultivating a healthy attitude and maintaining their emotional balance. They are aware of the necessity of cultivating their self-assurance, treating it as a skill, and guarding it at the same time. Do you realize that it is impossible to live a life that is both successful and joyful if we do not take care of our emotional well-being? You may either share some of your ideas and views with us or let us know what you're thinking about what you've seen in this video. Make sure that you subscribe to get more content like this. See you soon!